Hey, hello everybody. Welcome to Virtual House Concert Live. My name is Gary Dolinski. Pleased to be here. I've got a lineup of some, I think, great music for you. I have a bunch of original songs, as well as a whole bunch of really old folk songs from North America, Ireland, Scotland, and England. And I'm going to be doing those for you today. So sit back, relax, enjoy, get up and dance if you want to. Anything goes here. First song is one I wrote. I wrote this back about 2005, 2006. It's held up well over the years. The theme is the more things change, the more things stay the same. And it's called Same Old Used to Be. Well, you're looking like you did all those years ago, before you got your act together. And you didn't do that no more, but now you're back. You're like a freight train rolling down the track. Things you're doing really are freaking me, 'cause you're right back to your same old used to be. What can I do now? I feel so all alone. Maybe I'll just run away. But I know I'll only get so far. You be right back in my face. Everywhere I look, it's a return to the old. Yeah, you got your vintage mindset, and you're wearing your retro clothes. Oh, what the hey? Everybody for themselves. So does it matter if it's Harvard or Yale? Just remember, only the strong shall prevail. Oh no. If it don't fit, you're gonna make it like you did all those years ago. And if they don't like it, they're gonna learn how to take it. So never question the authorities, 'cause you're right back to your same old used to be. What can I do now? I feel so all alone. And maybe I'll just run away. But I know I'd only get so far. You'll be right back in my face. Where you're looking like you did all those years ago, before you had your act together. And you didn't do that no more, but now you're back. You're like a freight train rolling down the track. Things you're doing, they're freaking me, 'cause you're right back to your same old used to be. What? Wow. Same old used to be. Still holds up after all those years. I think kind of applies to kind of what goes on in the world sometimes. And it can be pretty ugly, unfortunately. But we're going to move on to something a little lighter. We're going to sing a song now about a hangman and a gallows tree. And this is a traditional song called Gallows Pole. I'm just going to tune that down. This song has roots in the British Isles, but it also has versions here in the United States In the United States, there's a version called the Prickle Eye Bush, which I've actually heard Judy Collins do many, many years ago on one of her early albums. And this one stems probably from England. In fact, Led Zeppelin, if you're into Led Zeppelin, they did a version of this on their third album, replete with banjo, called Gallows Pole, a traditional song. And it's about a young man trying to have somebody save him before he gets hanged.
I see my mother coming, she been riding over many a mile. Now, mother, did you bring me some silver? Or did you bring me just a little gold? What did you bring me, my mother, to save me from the gallows pole? Well, no, I didn't bring you silver. No, I didn't bring you no gold. I have come to see you on the gallows pole. See my old father coming, he been riding over yonder stile. Well, father, did you bring me some silver? And did you bring me just a little gold? What did you bring me, my father, to save me from the gallows pole? Well, now, no, didn't bring you silver. No, I didn't bring you no gold. Your mother and I, we've come today to see you on the gallows pole. Stay that rope a while, 'cause I think I see my darling coming. She's been riding over many a mile. Well, darling, did you bring me some silver? Did you bring me just a little gold? What did you bring me, my darling, to save me from this gallows pole? Yes, I brought you silver. Yes, I brought you some gold. I would never see you hang upon the gallows pole. So hangman, hangman, won't you stow that rope away? Fortune is smiling down on me, I'll live another day. Gallows Pole, traditional American and Irish-English melody there, song. And hey, it had a happy ending. The girlfriend came, brought all this dough, all this gold and silver for the hangman. He gets to go free. In the Led Zeppelin version, and in other versions, the girlfriend has to wind up giving other favors to the hangman. So it's a little more complicated, but the guy still gets to go free. So staying in the kind of dark theme, this is an original song I wrote about 30 years ago in a traditional vein. I was playing in a duo back then in the late 80s, early 90s called Compass Rose. We played all over New England, the Northeast actually. Got to open up for a lot of great people. My partner at that time, who now lives up in Maine, great singer-songwriter. This is one I wrote called Windmill Lane. It's all about a couple that are parting ways and are breaking up in front of a windmill. This windmill happens to be on Cape Cod in the town of Chatham. So it's a little bit of a sad song, and it's in a kind of a modal key. Just going to make sure we're good, because we tune because we care, as we say. Here it is, Windmill Lane. Chatham town, there's an old lonesome road. Wander it down, it'll take you where it goes. To see two lovers break their honored chain, part their ways down Windmill Lane. And who could forget that summer sky? Lover's touch so warm, so kind. She held him close, kissed him, and then so we'll part our ways here in Windmill Lane. The summer sun, it has come and gone. Winter winds, they're blowing strong, and they chill the breeze once again. The meadow's all about Windmill Lane. The old mill creaks as it turns and grinds. It's marking out the passing of the time. The icy moon, it waxes and it wanes, watching over all down on Windmill Lane. The summer sun, it has come and gone. Winter winds, they're blowing strong, and they chill the breezes once again. The meadow's all about Windmill Lane. All of you listen to this song. Seek out a love that is both honest and strong, and beware of things that keep turning in the rain, much like you'd find down Windmill Lane. Summer sun, it has come and gone. Winter winds, they're blowing strong, and they chill the breezes once again. The meadow's all about Windmill Lane. Lane. That's a Gary Dolinski original. I wrote that about 30 years ago. I was actually also doing that particular song with another band I was in called the Wild Maple or Wild Maple Band. Now it's part of our regular gig. Just going to tune up here. So I'm going to do another original for you. This is a song that I wrote back again around 2005, 2006. I was at that point with another band called the River Rocks. There's four of us, a bunch of guys, and we were doing a lot of classic country, a little bit of bluegrass, and writing songs. And this is one I wrote back then. It's kind of a tune about getting out of Dodge, kind of trying to find someplace better, and unfortunately coming up with that situation, that old adage that no matter where you go or wherever you go, there you are. So it's called Restless Dreams. And has a great sing-along chorus if you want to join in. A little country feel to this. I got some restless dreams, rye whiskey. Yes, these are things that keep me hanging on. I got some restless dreams, rye whiskey. Yes, these are things that keep me hanging on. I think I'll head out to the Great Divide, see what people do there on the other side. 'Cause it's getting kind of old in this New England cold. I gotta find a place to ease my worried mind. 'Cause I got some restless dreams, drinking rye whiskey. Yes, these are the things that keep me hanging on. I got some restless dreams, rye whiskey. Yes, sir. Yeah, these are the things keep me hanging on. I'm always looking for a spotlight. How come it don't shine down on me? And I wonder why I never see my name up in those lights. Well, with a song like this, ain't never gonna reach them heights. 'Cause I got some restless dreams and rye whiskey. Yes, these are the things that keep me hanging on. I got some restless dreams and rye whiskey. And these are the things that keep me hanging on. Gotta keep moving down the road I'm hanging on. Yeah, gotta keep moving down the road. Yes, sir. Maybe I'll go back to the San Joaquin. It was a place I used to call my home. And how I used to pine for the snow-covered hills of mine. Yeah, but now I just gotta get my four-wheel drive and roam. 'Cause I got some, what? Restless dreams and rye whiskey. Yes, and these are things keep me hanging on. drinking rye whiskey. Yes, these are the things that keep me hanging on. Well, now these are the things that keep me hanging on. Gotta get that kind of that echo, that tremolo sound there. Restless Dreams. I think we've all been there. Maybe you called them something else. You call it ants in your pants. Maybe just wanted to be adventuresome and explore. I had restless dreams and some rye whiskey. It was an interesting combination. So I'm going to go back to do another traditional song, but I'm going to take a little sip of water. Now, you don't really know if this is water or if it's gin, but I promise you it's water. Yes, because my mouth is getting dry and I'm going to have cotton mouth in a minute. No, it's not. It's not gin. I read somewhere yesterday, I was reading a book on mudlarking. Don't get me going on that, but it was interesting. It's, I won't tell you what mudlarking is. You can look it up. But the name gin actually came from the word engine. Now, I don't know if this is true because it kind of, I don't know. In London, gin became a thing, and I don't know if it got people all worked up. But at one point in London's history, in England's history, it was a real problem. 8-year-old kids were drunk on gin. It was an interesting situation. But I digress. This is an Irish tune. It's an interesting Irish tune, and I'm singing an Irish tune because I like them. But also, it was St. Patrick's Day just a few days ago, and this is one I like. It's a little bit of an erotic Irish tune, a little different. It's called Madam I'm a Darlin', and I first heard this sung by a fellow called Danny Carnahan when I was living out in California. And it's a great tune. Here we go. Madam I'm a Darling. I roved out through Dublin city in the late hour of the night. Who should I see but a fair young maiden washing her clothes by the pale moonlight? Madam, I'm a darling, a die road thither road. Madam, I'm a darling, a die road day. Madam, I'm a darling, a die road thither road. Madam, I'm a darling, a die road day. First she washed him, then she wrung him, then she hung him out to dry. Then she folded up her arms, saying, oh, what a fine young man am I. Madam, I'm a darling, a die road thither road. Madam, I'm a darling, a die road day. Madam, I'm a darling, a die road thither road. Madam, I'm a darling, a die road day. Going to the well for a pail of water, bringing it home for to make some tea. She fell under, I fell over, no, but the game was above the knee. Madam, I'm a darling, a die road thither road. Madam, I'm a darling, a die road day. Madam, I'm a darling, a die road thither road. Madam, I'm a darling, a die road day. Madam, I will tie your garter, I'll tie it up above your knee. And if you like, I'll tie it up further, 'cause Madam, I'm a darling, a die road day. Madam, I'm a darling, a die road thither road. Madam, I'm a darling, a die road day. Madam, I'm a darling, a die road thither road. Madam, I'm a darling, a die road day. Have you ever heard of cups and saucers rattling around an old tin can? Have you ever heard of a fair young maiden married to a grey and ugly old man? Madam, I'm a darling, a die road thither road. Madam, I'm a darling, a die road day. Madam, I'm a darling, a die road thither road. Madam, I'm a darling, a die road day. Madam, you have gold and silver. Madam, you have tracts of land. Madam, you have ships on the ocean. All you need now is a fine young man. Madam, mama, darling, a die road, dither road. Madam, mama, darling, a die road, day. Madam, mama, darling, a die road, dither road. Madam, mama, darling, a die road, day. Madam, mama, darling, a die road, dither road. Madam, mama, darling, a die road, day. Madam, mama, darling, a die road, dither road. Madam, mama, darling, a die road, day. Madam, mama, darling, an Irish tune. A little bit of bilateral seduction going on there, I think. I think the guy was trying to seduce her, and she was trying to seduce him. But, again, I think it all worked out. Okay, moving on. So, going from erotic Irish folk songs to a song I wrote when I was in college about a diner. So, there, talk about a transition there. Going from, I always am into segues, segues, and I thought that was a pretty good one. So this is a song I wrote about, I went to school in Worcester, Massachusetts, and I had a girlfriend at the time who lived out in the Amherst area, was going to school out there. And one of the fun things we used to do was go and eat at diners, and the diner of choice back then was in a town called Florence, Massachusetts, and the diner's name was Miss Florence Diner, or Miss Flo's, as we called it. And I think there's actually several different, I think there's a Miss Northampton Diner, something like that. There was a bunch of them out there. And this is just kind of a fun, silly song called Miss Flo's Diner. Let's see if we're still in tune. Oh, before we go any further, as I am just reminding myself here, I want to let you know that this program is produced by Bob Crownfield for Studio Session Live, and I'm really honored and I'm very appreciative of being here. Thank you, Bob. And we're coming to you, or this film is coming from you, or this video is coming from you, from Studio 28B. Okay. Here we go. Back to Miss Flo's Diner. Be much longer till we get to Miss Flo's. Nothing could be finer than eating lunch at Miss Flo's Diner. The food you eat, you never believe. You don't got much cash, well, you'll be relieved. You'll eat out the way you should, 'cause the food's just so good at Miss Flo's. Follow your nose all the way down the road in Florence, Massachusetts. They got country ham, carrots and peas. Don't forget the gravy, please. Every morsel that you chew, they're cooking right in front of you. And the guy on my left, he's eating some cake, and he knows how good that tasty cake tastes. He's been here since 8:30, hasn't taken his eye off the plate at Miss Flo's. Follow your nose all the way down the road. Yep, in Florence, where? Massachusetts. All right, here we go. Get that hunger desire, I'm heading back to Miss Flo's Diner. So hop on your nose and perk up your toes. It won't be much longer till we get to Miss Flo's. Nothing could be finer than eating at Miss Flo's Diner. At Miss Flo's, follow your nose the way down the road. Where? In Florence, Massachusetts. A little jazzy chord to end there. Miss Flo's Diner. Okay, we're going to continue with some original music. I hope you enjoyed that one, by the way, because isn't that fun? You know, I was just a 20-year-old kid. I didn't know what I was going to do, where I was going, and I just cranked that song out one day. Miss Flo's Diner. Anyways, on to other things here. I like capos. I use them a lot. Just sometimes I have two capos on my guitar at the same time. The nice thing about this particular capo is it lets me do a double drop D without actually having to kind of tune. Just a tiny bit. Famous last words, right? And anyways, this is a song of a kind of a metaphor song about life. It's called Climbing Up the Mountain. And I wrote this, I don't know, 6-7 years ago. My partner, my significant other, is right over there. Her name is Bonnie. She and I like to hike a lot. We hike a lot in New Hampshire. And this is kind of a hiking life song. It's called Climbing Up a Mountain. I think I already said it. If I can get that B. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Up a mountain, I'm going to the top, gonna look up at the sky. But I'm creeping and a crawling, stumbling and falling. With each painful step, the tears fill my eyes. But some things you just gotta do. Sometimes you just have to choose to keep moving or be left behind. And I'm climbing up a mountain, I'm going to the top. Climbing up a mountain, I ain't never gonna stop. I ain't never gonna stop. Climbing up a mountain, yeah, climbing up a mountain. Gonna shake hands with Lady Luck and look her in the eye. But I stumble on the trail, hope to live to tell the tale. How this lonesome man can keep moving just when he wants to die. But some things you just gotta do. Sometimes you just have to choose to keep moving or be left behind. 'Cause I'm climbing up a mountain, I'm going to the top. I'm climbing to the mountain, I ain't never gonna stop. I ain't never gonna stop. Some things you just gotta do. Sometimes you just have to choose to keep moving or be left behind. 'Cause I'm climbing up a mountain, I'm going to the top. I'm climbing up a mountain, I ain't never gonna stop. I ain't never gonna stop. All right. Thank you. Climbing up a mountain. Now, remember how I said I really like to use capos? Well, I like to use them if they work right. And unfortunately, I set that one up, so it didn't quite work right, but I think it came out okay. Climbing up a mountain. Now, I'm just bending down to pick up another another capo that I hopefully will set up to work right. It's another Irish song, since, again, it was St. Patrick's Day a couple days ago. I'm just going to get that D down. This one is a tune I learned way back in the mid-'70s from a singer named Paul Brady, who's still around. And great singer-songwriter, but also great traditional singer and musician. And he often plays with Andy Irvine, and this is a song called Marion or Gallant Soldier. But back in the day, back in the 1700s, women would often, try to go along with their soldier boyfriends or husbands into battle, and they'd be there to kind of take care of them. And sometimes they would actually dress up and, as soldiers and try to fool the officers into thinking that they could be part of the regiment. And sometimes it worked. It's Marion or Gallant Soldier. Here we go. Come all you lads of high renown that would hear of a fair young maiden, and she rode out on a summer's day to view the soldiers parading. They look so fine, they look so gay, the colors flying, the bands they play. And calls young Mary for to say, I'll wed you, me gallant soldier. And she viewed the soldiers on parade, and as they stood at their leisure, and Mary to herself did say, alas, I found my treasure. But oh, how cruel my parents must be to banish my darling so far from me. And I'll leave them all, I'll go with thee, my wild, undaunted soldier. Oh, Mary, dear, your parents' love, I pray don't be unruly, for when we're in a foreign land, oh, we might rue it surely. Perhaps in battle I might fall from a shot from an angry cannonball. And you so far from your daddy's hall, would you rise with a gallant soldier? Likewise a heart that's loyal, and I put them all in a wool with you, my wild undaunted soldier. So don't say no, but let me go, and we will face the daring foe, and we'll march together to and fro, my wild undaunted soldier. Mary so true-hearted, he said, me darling, married we'll be, and nothing but death shall part us. And when we're in a foreign land, I'll guard you, darling, with my right hand, and hopes that God might stand a friend to marry Marion, a gallant soldier. Tom the old sod. That's my bad attempt at an Irish accent. I took an acting class once, and the guy always said, don't say Irish, say Irish. Irish. I am from Ireland. Well, I don't know about you, but I've been having a lot of fun. I could do this all day, right, Bob? So why don't we just extend this another hour? I've got a couple more songs I'd like to do, and then I'm going to finish up. But I've had a great time. I hope you've enjoyed some of the music I've played for you. I'm going to end up with a couple of original songs here. Again, I want to thank Bob Crownfield for giving me the opportunity to play some music for all of you today. Again, my name is Gary Dolinski, and we're just going to do a couple more songs, but just a little bit of tuning, because it always sounds better. Oh, and he tuned, and then he changed the capo. Did you notice that? But it does sound better. So I wrote this song back at the beginning, almost at the beginning of COVID. And COVID was upending our world like we haven't seen in a long time. So I wrote the song because I thought, well, gee, we all need to kind of hang in there together and get through this. And the song still applies because COVID's still around. Hopefully it will be diminishing, but it doesn't look like that anytime soon. But it also applies to more recent events, like what's happening over in Ukraine. And whenever a country is going through war or strife. And the name of the song, the title is called When All of This Is Through. You are leaving, farewell. I'll miss your smile, your loving touch. We'll be by ourselves. Time will move slowly and the feeling is blue. But I'll catch you on the other side when all of this is through. My lights are dim down low. There's wine in my glass. I'm thinking of all those times we laughed in the not too distant past. And loneliness, it leaves a wound like a turning screw. But we'll be breathing a big sigh of relief when all of this is through. It all happened so very fast, but like all things, this too shall pass. Carry on, please carry on. We are all in this boat. And if you choose to sing, well, sing it loud, hitting every note. But should your voice falter, your singing out of tune, you'll be harmonizing in the chorus when all of this is through. There's rain falling on my rooftop. There's teardrops in my eyes. The way that this is all playing out could make anybody cry. And it's hard to know where we're going. The habits don't point true. But I reckon we'll all know where we've been when all of this is through. And I hope we all learn something new when all of this is through. And I hope we'll all be a lot wiser. Well, I can dream, can't I? When all of this is through. All of this is through. And I think we're all waiting for some good times, like the end of war and the end of a pandemic. So I'm going to have to do one more song, and then I'm going to say goodbye. One more original. This one's a real new one, too. I very rarely sing very new songs, but I broke my own rule not to do that, because I'm going to do this today. Just, the guitar was a little out. It's funny, it was in tune when I bought it, but I guess, nowadays can't buy anything that just kind of stays in tune, right? All right, let's see if we can do this. We're going to capo up. And this is a song called, it's kind of, again, a COVID-themed song. A lot of change. Green Fields of America. Not America, America, because actually I just like the sound of it, and that's how they say it in a lot of traditional songs. Going to America. And we're going to end with this. So thanks again. My name is Gary Dolinski. Hope to see you soon. Remember to tip your waitresses. What do I say? Tip them because they carry guns. Anyways, here we go with Green Fields of America. This town I live in feels like a tomb, waiting on a ray of light to end this endless night. Uninspired tunes, but just around the corner inspiration looms. Just around the corner boredom is a goner, something will break through. And I know you just might find me, I'll be walking to a field of green. I left the city for the misty, wooded nature scene. They canceled all the shows. What was alive now is just a ghost, but I'll have some fun. I got a party of one, 'cause I'm both the guest and the host. And if it were in my purview, I'd tell you what I'd like to do. Well, I'd find a space with a lot of space to live in the wide open with you. And you just might find me standing in the field of green, 'cause I left the city for the misty, wooded nature scene. Crowds are leaving cities and the blight, and you can't even see the stars there at night. They're leaving en masse, they're coming up fast to the green fields of America. And I'm sitting in the gloom. The town I live in feels like a tomb. Well, I'm waiting on a ray of light to break this endless night. And you just might find me, I'll be sitting in my field of green, 'cause I left the city for the misty, wooded nature scene. And yes, that's where you find me, and it's where I've always been. I left that city city for the misty wooded nature scene. Thank you.